Shalom, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah. Just want to go in on a few topics in this lesson and talk about what they're doing up in space and, and line it up with the scriptures. Now, you got this video that just came out. It came out 4 days ago. I've been meaning to get around to it, but I've been working heavy hours at work. But that don't stop me from putting this out. So I'm going to this video real quick. Now, they said the 50th anniversary of Apollo. Now, all these names go back to like Greek gods and stuff like that they used to worship. That's why they come up with these names. They talk about the moon landing. Now, you reading the book, let me go to it real quick. The book of Genesis lets you know that the sun was made for the greater light and the moon the lesser light. So for them, the line say they landed on the moon. You can't land on the moon if it's a light. It got its own light, so that would mean it's hot. Even the people in the comments, they know this bullshit. No, of course they did get up into space, but they ain't gonna land on these planets and these moons that they try to portray. They just have to put out messages to make people think they tax money going to somewhere, going to a certain place or whatever. Listen to the book of Genesis. It says in chapter 1, verse 14, it says, "And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." It says in verse 15, "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. Now, when you see the moon at night, it definitely give off light. You go outside, and you just say you go outside on a late night, you might go out on a walk or something or whatever, the moon full, you're going to see that moonlight hitting the ground. It says in verse 16, "And Yahweh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made also the stars. He made the stars also." It says in verse 17, "And Yahweh set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." Now, the word firmament also is not what people really think it means either. Because first of all, you have people with this glass dome bullshit doctrine that they came up with. Now, if it was a dome, how the fuck asteroids and meteorites and all that stuff get through and crash down to the ground? People see them all the time. They go pick them up for themselves and all that. But anyway, I'm going to read the scripture and I'm going to get into the reason why they on this mission to go out of space so bad. And I brought this out on a recent video. I'm going to bring it out again because this stuff keep popping up and it's been in the news a lot lately. So if people didn't really see it, they'll get a chance to see it and go look it up themselves. Listen to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 37. It says, "Thus says the Lord Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast out all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, said the Lord." Now, these devils, they've been trying to get rid of us. You look at the stuff it started at birth. As soon as babies get born, of our people, of our nation, they try to pump the women up with all this medicine, all these different like antibiotics and shit, formulas. When really naturally a woman supposed to produce milk and eat a certain way so the baby come out healthy. But these doctors say, oh, your baby's not healthy enough, you have to take this formula. Or the baby's not healthy enough, the baby won't breastfeed, get this formula. Just all type of nonsense and bullshit. So since birth, these devils been trying to do away with us. So, and they know about this scripture. You got scholars that go to like Oxford Hall and Harvard and different so-called pristine universities. They actually look up this stuff and report it back to the elites. Because a lot of these scholars that go to college, they tied in with like the Rothschild and Rockefellers or the Skull and Bones or the Illuminati or the Boule and, all them different little branches and shit like that. So they go back and report all this shit. And they come up with schemes when they had their little meetings. Like, I think it's one, I won't say I know it's one coming up. I don't know the exact date, but I have to put it up. It's one of them Bilderberg meetings and shit where they go scheme up all this stuff. Let me pull up the date since I'm talking about it. so you can be alert. I seen one other I can post something about it too. Let's see. See, while I'm looking this up too, I'm gonna speak on this. Like the scripture in the book of Job say, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This who run the world. These devils are here. Bilderberg, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPont, Gettysburgs. Now you have all our people, they be so simple. They be talking about the president doing this, president doing that. The president take orders from these devils. All them politicians, these devils got them in their pocket. They go drop that bag off on them and ask them to do such and such. It's gonna go down like that. And I'm trying to find the exact clip. Yeah, it might have already passed already, but it's some more stuff popping up too, if I'm mistaken. Let's see. And seeing people know that's why they protest against them, but you got devils like this running around, man. These ain't no real rulers. Look at this. Look, they ain't no fucking ruler. That's a damn devil. Now, I ain't gonna go on too much more about it. But it's on here though. You got different stuff. This was published May 29th. This was this year. But they had these little different meetings and shit. Go to the Bohemian Grove and different little weird ass shit. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the main topic I was talking about them going into space. When they hold these meetings, they have heathens from all these other different little nations. They plot against our people. They don't plot against everybody else as a whole. They really just, they utilize them, but the ultimate goal is to wipe our people out because they know that we're gonna come back in the rulership, and they trying to offset that, but they ain't gonna offset that. That's part of the reason why they go up into space. Because like the scripture say in the book of Jeremiah, it says, only if the heavens above could be measured. That's why they got the telescope, the big satellites and shit to go monitor. They just point it out in open space just so they can measure it, or try to measure it. But see, space ever is always expanding, so they can't measure none of that. They can try to. So basically, the Most High was taunting them by giving them this little ploy right here. Ain't no coincidence that the Vatican got a damn telescope called a Lucifer. They use that shit to monitor shit up in the heavens. They see the angels. They know about all that different stuff. No, let me go down some. I seen another video that I want to just basically speak on too. In a minute too, they're gonna shut all this shit down. It's just a matter of time. They already be hitting certain Akim channels, sending little weird ass messages, calling people phones and shit, taking certain videos down, making them private so nobody else can view them. They won't be public. Just all type of weird ass shit. Now they got stuff like this to monitor. It's not gonna be advertisement. And see, and I'm glad this popped up. See, even the animals suffering from this shit these devils on. You got turtles, got plastic and shit in their nose. Turtles shouldn't have to go through no shit like this. Gotta go get plastic and shit pulled out their nose. That's because the wicked ruling right now. Scripture say when the wicked rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. That's why a lot of people be mourning and shit now. You know, go to the book of Obadiah while it's playing real quick. And people still say the earth flat though, man. And people that say that they ain't never took no cruise ship across seas or been out the fucking country. So how the fuck they know how the damn earth look? Took no fucking plane ride and shit like that. We'll be talking about some shit flat. That's stupid, man. That shit still going on though, but it's up to certain men to break that stuff down and break the mold and show that it's actually false. Let's see, go to real quick in the book of Obadiah. And this some prideful shit too. Cause them putting this up here, they feel, oh shit, we got this west, we go to this other planet. We gonna go mine this other planet. Meanwhile, these ruining this one. The most I ain't finna let them go ruin no other planet. See, it's a little dark on this image. Let me see if I can get it a little bit better. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. It says, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, and saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. And this amongst the stars, right? You can clearly see that. Then you have people be like, oh, the white man wrote that book and edited that. Man, if they would have wrote and edited all this stuff, a lot of this wouldn't even be in there about setting their nests amongst the stars and stuff like that. You can clearly see that. See all that shit coming down though, man. When the chariots come out, like in the book of Second Ezra, the Second Ezra mentioned about the war in heaven. The book of Revelation is mentioned about war in heaven. Ain't no coincidence, man. Ain't no gimmicks. Ain't no games. Ain't no editing and no man-made doctrines and none of that shit. These people don't want to believe until it's happening. Then it'll be too late then. Now I'm gonna go to one more video real quick, and I'm gonna end this off. Still got Russia. It says Russia should regain former space and glory with an ambitious project and restoration of the Soviet infrastructure, which that Soviet Union, that USSR, they rebuilding that shit. That's why they linking up with Iran and China and shit like that. You got the Russian Navy Admiral Makarov. His frigate takes part in missile drills in the Black Sea. Ain't no coincidence, man. All this shit going down over there. Then they going into space and doing all the other shit up there also. They got a lot of weaponry up there too. You got another video right here. This is the one I wanted to bring up. Launching an International Space Station expedition. Space Station Expedition 60 through 61 aboard the Soyuz MS-13, which is ironic that they named it that shit. MS-13 spacecraft. Over in Kazakhstan. See, when this war pop off, these devils gonna be fighting each other, and they're gonna turn and fight the Lord. That's what's really gonna happen. Because they sending all this up right now, thinking they finna shoot at each other and having a space race and who got the best weapons, the best satellites, and all that shit right now. They all really gonna end up being in cahoots. And these rockets, they got a fucking joke anyway. If you ever get a chance to Lord bless you to see how the chariots fly, they call them UFOs. These fucking rockets are a fucking joke. So when they do fight, ain't gonna be nothing for the Most High to wipe them out. They coming back with a numerable amount of angels, not just one angel, but legions of angels. But one angel could take out all these devils, but it's gonna be a whole legion of them just to come back, just so the Most High can stunt. That's the characteristics of our people. You like to put on a little show, make sure everybody know, like, okay, what his name is, and that name be known, and that's the main thing that's gonna happen. The name Yahweh and the name Yahweh Shah gonna be made known throughout the whole earth, and it's being made known now. I'm reading the book of Revelation, chapter 12. It starts at verse 7. It says, "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him." And it ain't no coincidence that some of them jets to be flying, they call them the Blue Angels. So, I just want to go in on this topic and talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the news lately. So just stay alert, stay vigilant, pay attention to what's going on. The days speeding by, weeks just flew by. About to be another week. Next thing you know, it'll be August. And Lord's willing, this was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Shalom.